morning. Good morning, YouTubers. I'm AJ Copeland, and this is Topics to Go. What's today's topic? Hmm. You thinking? Are you thinking what you have an idea of what you think today's topic might just be? Today's topic is the pretty boy factor. The pretty boy factor. Look at me. Ain't that pretty? Oh, wow. The pretty boy factor. Listen, you know, there are very attractive individuals in this world. And I'm not going to dismiss pretty women, but today I want to talk about the pretty boy factor, primarily in the gay and homosexuality community. Now, first, I got to describe to you what my take or what my ideal is of a pretty boy. Now, a pretty boy is an individual that is so attractive, too attractive to really be a man, but not attractive enough to be a female. And their primary focus within themselves is to look their best at all times. And they do whatever it takes to do that. Hair got to be on point, face got to be on point. Sometimes they wear makeup, sometimes they don't. Always dressing to the T, make sure they wearing the right clothes, making sure the colors are where they need to be, making sure they're up to date in fashion, style, and look. The pretty boy factor is a kind of pro and con scenario. In other words, a lot of people assume just because you're a pretty boy that everything works in your favor, that everybody wants you, that every time you step outside the door, you're going to get looked at and you're going to get attention. And you know what? Most of that is right and most of that is true. However, there are scenarios and situations for very attractive men. In other words, they get a lot of attention that they don't want. you know, a lot of attention that they don't want. And everybody that is attracted to them, true, they're attracted to the physical physique, but they never take time to get to know the person. And that is what makes a lot of overly attractive men discouraged and frustrated. Because, look, their motto is most of them will say, look, there is more to me than just this. But then you do have some to say, look at this. So I think sometimes people just assume that every over attractive man is conceited and has the big head and selfish, only focusing on themselves. That's not the case at all. A lot of them are very sweet, very nice, and very kind. And more than that, a lot of them are lonely. Yes, I said it. A lot of them are lonely. They don't have a partner. They don't have a girlfriend. They don't have a husband. They don't have a wife. A lot of them are just to themselves. And why is that, you might ask? A lot of them are to themselves is because most of the time when people notice them, they notice the physical physique and they only want to use them for purposes of show offs. In other words, trophy or houseboys, I would say. And they try to take advantage of that fact. If I can just get that individual, he is so damn pretty. If I can just get him in my corner. And most of them are very wealthy men. Yes, I said that. Very wealthy men take advantage of what we call pretty boys. They love to see them and they love to have them. But what do they want them for? Primarily, they want them to show off. As I said, trophy boys. They want to be able to take them around their friends and look at what I was able to get, not knowing, in fact, that they paid for them. Now, let me tell you that there are what I would call wolves that's out there that primarily focus on very attractive men, overly attractive men. You have the escort. You have the porn industry. You have, of course, Hollywood, television, commercials, all of that that goes after individuals that are over attractive. You have, there is also the scenario that people that are overly attractive have better opportunities for work. Companies and corporate companies look for people that have a better face. Retail services, retail companies look for individuals that are overly attractive to take jobs and all these type of things. And to some degree, some of these things are true. But how does that make that individual feel when they are being looked at more as a merchandise rather than a person? But that's what it is. Pretty boys and overly attractive individuals, such as gay and homosexual men, are looked at more so as merchandise than a person. And a lot of them are depressed, a lot of them are lonely, and a lot of them are down and out. And so the next time you look at an overly attractive person and you question to yourself and think in your mind, oh, they can have anybody, they can have anything, they can go anywhere. Just keep one thing in mind. They want to be looked at as an individual and as a person just like you. In some cases, a lot of them don't like the fact that they're overly attractive. They don't like the attention of people looking at them and staring at them and not speaking, looking at them as though you can rape them if they step outside the door, looking at them in such a way to make them feel uncomfortable. Yes, the pretty boy factor is not always the good thing as people suppose. It's a challenge. It's a struggle. It's a sometimes up and a sometimes down. Now, I, on the other hand, don't consider myself a pretty boy. I'm just a handsome older man. Okay? But I have had the opportunity of meeting some very, very attractive young men. And I tell you, I'm not just speaking from, just off the top of my head. I've had conversations with these individuals, and most of them, if not all, have said this one thing. Why do people think I got it going on in such a way? Because most of them are not as happy as you suppose. They thank God for the gift of being attractive, but they want to be treated as everybody else. That's why a lot of them wish they would just look like normal, just regular. Why my eyes gotta be so perfect? Why my nose gotta be so perfect? Why my lips gotta be so perfect? Why my body gotta be so perfect? Why my skin gotta be so perfect? I'm a man. I want to be looked at as a man. I'm not a female. I'm not a woman. I want to be viewed as a man. And most pretty boys are not viewed as men. A lot of them are looked at as though an equal to a female. And they don't like that. And I don't blame them. Even though they are gay, homosexual, they want to be respected as men. And for you men that is targeting them for your own selfish purposes and reasons, shame on you. But that's just how it is. That's the way the ball crumble, cookie crumble, as they say. I, on the other hand, want to encourage every attractive young man to keep moving, keep it going. Just don't get conceited and big head because of your looks. And this is on the flip side, this message is for the young, attractive men that are coming up and are into all their beauty and their looks and everything. I just want to warn you to be very careful that everybody that looks at you may not be looking at you for good reasons. They may not be attracted to you for good reasons. Like I said, there are industries out there that is targeting you to do things that will not be beneficial for you. So be very careful, you pretty boy. This is AJ Copeland. This is Topics to Go, and this is Food for Thought. And I hope that this topic touch you in such a way to get you to thinking. And by the way, are you a pretty boy? Anyway, again, AJ Copeland, Topics to Go. And by the way, don't forget, catch a topic or two. Later.